Liat, Winair, Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the Turks and Caicos Ministry of Tourism and Environment. Here are some of the Caribbean partners of the major project as the second selection committee of the INTERREG Caribbean recently agreed at the meeting of its member in Guadeloupe. Liat and Winair will work with Air Antilles to develop an action plan to facilitate cooperation between the Caribbean air transport operators in partnerships with Antigua, Dominica and Saint Martin, the PAIR project.
The objective is to create a true alliance between these three airlines to fluidify the air traffic between the islands of the Caribbean, which are always very complicated to connect. You who are passengers, you know how complicated it is to go to a French-speaking island, going to a Dutch-speaking island. It often takes a lot of time, you have to make a lot of changes, a lot of stops, sometimes even sleeping to get a plane. Sometimes even the baggage disappears, and it takes a lot of time. The real objective of this project is to create an alliance that brings together these three major Caribbean companies and to ensure that passengers and luggage travel with ease and safety in the Caribbean.
OECO is working alongside the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Martinique to set up a trade facilitation team and improve knowledge on existing financing solutions in the Caribbean area, the Ticket project.
Trade Enhancement for Eastern Caribbean est un projet qui vise à
It is a project that aims to strengthen projects between Martinique and the OECS and thus create an environment conducive to business development.
Va agir sur différentes barrières aux échanges commerciaux qui seront l'amélioration.
This project will act to remove various barriers to trade, improving market knowledge, improving access to finance, encouraging the creation of transport solutions and also cooperation between Caribbean and Martinique companies.
De solutions de transport et également la coopération entre entreprises caribéennes et martiniquaises. Nous développerons différentes activités.
We will develop different activities, but the innovative aspect of this project is the setting up of a commercial support office that would be composed of two multilingual, Anglophone and Francophone teams, and that will therefore be able to interact and learn to better knowledge of business and culture.
Sur le plan des affaires et sur le plan culturel.
As for the Turks and Caicos Ministry of Tourism and Environment, it's participating with Guadeloupe to create a networking of marine protected areas dedicated to the conservation of marine mammals in the Greater Caribbean in partnership with Bonaire, Cuba, Dominican Republic, the Caribbean Project.
Caribbean Marine Mammals Network, Preservation Network, est un projet en fait qui vise à mettre en réseau des gestionnaires d'aires marines protégées.
It is a project aimed at networking the managers of the marine protected areas of the Caribbean, initially from reserves, from natural marine parks, in order to share knowledge, reinforce practices, and in particular support for sectors such as whale watching, with the aim of having more environmentally friendly and harmonized practices for the preservation of the resource.
Whale watching, dans le but d'avoir des pratiques plus respectueuses de l'environnement et dans le but de l'harmonisation, bien sûr, de nos pratiques pour la préservation de la ressource. Donc c'est un projet qui réunit
It is a project that brings together several partners from the Caribbean, the French West Indies, the Dutch-speaking islands, the Dominican Republic, Cuba and Turks and Caicos initially.
Mais aussi de la République dominicaine, Cuba et Turks and Caicos dans un premier temps.
These are some of the 11 major projects that the second selection committee of the INTERREG Caribbean 2014-2020 program recently approved during the meeting of its member in Guadeloupe for a total of 23 million euros. University of the West Indies is associated with an accompanying project for cocoa farmers. University of Haiti to the creation of an Earth-Sea Geophysical Observatory. Dominica to the creation of an international network of popular and traditional music of the Caribbean in partnership with Cuba, Dominica, St. Lucia and Trinidad and Tobago. St. Martin to develop internet exchange points in the Caribbean in partnership with Trinidad. The Interreg program thus fully fulfills its role as a catalyst for energy in the Caribbean by providing financial assistance to numerous regional cooperation projects. The next stage in September 2017 to study a second selection of projects.